Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back again today with another 12 trades. Today's date is March the 10th and I'm using my new Pipsnagger trading system. If you remember, it's the one that has the Heikin-Ashi candles on the top. All my other systems, or most of them, has the Heikin-Ashi bars on the bottom. And it also has my very unique TZ indicator here. I've nicknamed it the magic indicator. It helps to find the beginning of the up and down cycles within the market. It's great for traders who love to scalp the markets on the 5-minute time frame. You can easily trade all 3 trading sessions 24 hours a day. Now this up and down movement, I call that the flow of the market. Okay, so right at the beginning, at 6 o'clock in the morning, right where this line is, I'm in front of the charts putting together my daily trade plan. Now we can take a look at that. Here it is here, daily trade plan for March the 10th, 22. Now I've taken all of these trades directly from my daily trade plan. Now out of 21 here, I would say at least 80% are winners, but they'll only be winners if you get in at the beginning of the cycle. Just because I'm saying to either buy or sell, you cannot get in at the top or the bottom, like at the end of the cycle. This is where traders get things wrong. Have you ever taken a trade and you're down 30-40 pips? That's because you're at the wrong part of the cycle. And that's why you need the TZ indicator. Now, if you are not putting together a trade plan about an hour before you start trading, that's a very good reason why you are failing as a trader. Because just because you're down on the 5 or to 15 minutes and charts look great, it may only move 8 to 10 pips and then reverse and go in the direction of the higher time frames. So you must know all the time frames, including the month, so that you don't get caught in that whipsaw. Now, if you want to know more about this daily trade plan, keep in mind I do charge $100 a month for it. All you got to do is get in contact with me. So here we go. Keep in mind, like I said, all the trades right from my plan. And I did 12 trades today. So that right off the top, well, I've had one loser here. I'll have to analyze it to pinpoint exactly what happened, but not a big deal. More than 50%, I would say about 80% are winners. So let's move on now. First trade, Russell, was a loser. Not a big deal. Now at one point I was up, so I would label that as a winner. Had a couple of distractions around the house and I didn't catch it. If you think you have a problem trying to monitor 1 or 2 pairs, try to monitor 12. It's much more difficult. So this was the buy signal here, and at this point I should have closed the trade, and at that point I would have had a winner. Let's see what I would have been up. Keep in mind, I would have been up, let's see, Russell, 69. I would have been up 69 pips, but instead, looks like I lost about $10 a pip. It has to be 39. It's very hard to get it right on, but I happen to know it's 39 because it's $10 a pip. I ended up, it was my fault, but not a big deal. I still ended up losing $3,900. Moving right along to the next trade, Euro Yen. Let's go and take a look at it. Here it is right here. Now I wanted to be selling it. There's the arrow. did qualify for a great way to trade. Let's see where I got in at. At this cursor. Keep in mind I have a very unique way of trading, and it is a highly successful way of trading. Not every trader can master the way I trade. Ended up, let's see, what was that? 12. Ended up with 12 pips on the euro yen, and that paid out $1,032. Let's move on to the next trade, pound dollar. There's the arrow. I knew I wanted to be selling based on the daily trade plan. As I said, you must have a plan. If you have no plan, that's why you're losing. And I closed it out this trade just being happy with 14 pips. It has to be, as the pound dollar pays $10 a pip, and 14 pips paid out $1,400. Moving on to the next trade, 30-year bonds. Let's run a check on that. Here we go. Let's see how this one worked out. There's the arrow. Wanted to be selling it. Let's see where I did get in. And at this point, well, didn't quite qualify for a great way to trade, but everything else was screaming to sell. So that's exactly what I did. If I was in the trade, I'd be up a lot more now. But I was happy with this. Remember, I'm happy when I basically hit 200 pips or more. To the good, obviously. 34 times 5. That would be close enough. Give or take a third of a pip or whatever. So 34 times 5 times 10 lots worked out to $1,700. Let's move on to the next trade, pound New Zealand. There's the arrow. I knew I wanted to be selling. Now this one for sure qualified for a great way to trade. It's a better chart like setup. It looks much better than the previous one. Did go against me. I wasn't too worried about it. And if you're going to worry about a trade going against you, it just means you don't know what the higher time frames are doing, and that affects your proper mindset. And if you don't get that in order, you will fail. Looks like I locked in 37 pips, and 37 pips paid $2,603. Moving on to the S&P 500. Let's run a check on that. This one only pays $5 a pip. Arrow down, so I'm selling. And it did qualify for a great way to trade. Love trading with my pip snagger. Makes everything nice and clear. You know, it goes up and down. That's the way the market moves. And if I was still in a trade, I'd be about break even right now. Looks like I ended up locking in 52. Could be 52. Need a calculator to be right on. Calculator actually says 52.5. So anyhow, 52 is close enough. And 52 pips paid out $2,625. Okay, moving on to the euro dollar. This is a favorite of many traders. And look at how this spiking up and down. This is what drives traders crazy. But if you have a trading plan, you know it's going to come back down with 95% certainty. So, you just wait and don't get excited. It's as simple as that. Right on this candle, I had a sell signal. And then look what happens. But it's just trading is very random, and that's the way it works. Looks like I ended up with Chibi 27. There's 27 pips as it pays $10 a pip. And that's why you see this total $2,700. Moving on to the next trade. Pound Aussie. Where is it? Here we go. Pound Aussie. Another one I wanted to be selling. There's the arrow, so I don't forget. Remember what I said, the markets goes down. That's your sell signal. Went back up. And it just continued with the trend. Don't you just love it? 46. Ended up with 46 pips. And that paid out $3,450. Okay, let's move on to the next trade. Euro New Zealand. There it is on the left side here. I put all these in order. Forex first, alphabetical order, and then futures, alphabetical order. Makes everything quick and easy to find. Here's another one that did a lot of whipsawing, enough to drive you nuts. But I don't worry about it. Why? Because of my daily trade plan. Look at that. Very, very clear. Sell. And look what happened. Anyhow, not a big deal. Close it out. Winner. That's the most important thing. Close it out. Looks like, let's see, 54 pips. And 54 pips on the Euro New Zealand trade paid $3,699. Okay, let's move on to the next trade. Euro Aussie, a little more to the left. Let's go and check that out. Here we go. There's the arrow. There's that whipsaw again. This would freak out 95% of the traders. But the other 5%, don't worry about it. And that's the way you have to get to that point of not worrying about it. I ended up locking in 61 pips, and those 61 pips on the Euro Aussie paid $4,552. Okay, moving on to the Euro CAD, the next trade. Another one that got whipsawed, but I knew I wanted to be selling from the higher time frames. You see, that's your go signal, and that's all you can do is trade. And then you just gotta wait till a trade pans out. And this one here looks like it was 80 pips at a good, almost hit the ADR. And those 80 pips, as you can see down at the bottom, paid $6,254. And now on to the last trade that paid. This one, as you can clearly see, that paid out the most. NASDAQ, let's run a check on that. I knew I wanted to be selling it. Let's see where I got in. Went down a bit, did a whip, pullback, whatever you want to call it. Getting in here would have been a much better plan. Here, anywhere in here. But you just never know at what point it's going to go. But still turned into a winner, no matter how you look at it. And this should be just shy of 40. Like might be 39.7 actually. But let's just round it out to 40, close enough. And 40 pips paid $7,940. So another great day of trading using my pip snagger, and I just added up all the pips and ticks, and it turned out to be well over 200. I knew that. I knew it was going to be over 300. It worked out to 418 pips, and those 418 pips paid out $34,059. So if your system's not producing on a daily basis like my pip snagger, well, you really should look into getting your hands on it along with the daily trade plan. If you want to get some more information, right below this video, it could be on the right hand side when you click on the button that says show more. All you got to do is check it out, and you'll see that my pip snagger system, I do charge $250 for it. I teach how to trade the flow of the market. That helps. This TZ indicator helps a lot. Now my system has 5 gigabytes of training, and you'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. Included are 5 MT4 templates, 10 custom indicators, and my favorite meter. Also threw in a lot of PDF books, a lot of Word documents, and 9 bonus videos. Now this is just all bonus stuff that'll help your trading. Now there's a lot of ways to trade. I do teach a lot of ways to trade. That's why there's 50 training videos, about 20 minutes long each. Now you can put this video on pause. You can read all the different ways to trade. If you have any questions, all you got to do is pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number. If you live too far, you can just send me an email. Remember, there's an underscore right here. Now I really do prefer Skype. I made it easy for you. All you got to do is click on this link and we'll have Skype connection, and through Skype screen sharing I'll give you a free session, answer your questions, give you some tips and tricks. Keep in mind, all of that I do for free with no obligation to you. Now if you click on this link, you'll see 35 screenshots of all the systems I've been building over the years. Time to wrap up this video, and if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trading day and video, hopefully tomorrow, good luck with your trading, and remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.